Today we're going to cover Chapter 39, titled, What if you could create your own private pension plan or your own pension-like income? As a retiree, you've probably been trying to manage your assets yourself or with the help of an advisor or broker to make sure you tried to get reasonable rates of return, to try to protect your assets against volatility and losses, but you probably haven't focused on generating the maximum amount of guaranteed lifetime income possible. And a lot of that comes down to probably your broker advisor didn't recommend it because they don't specialize in this. We truly believe, as you'll see in this chapter, the single most difficult thing to do in finance is to generate the maximum income that will last for as long as you live from a traditional portfolio. So if you have a portfolio managed by a broker or financial advisor, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, a managed account, whatever they call it, it's virtually impossible to generate the maximum amount of income, and it's impossible to guarantee it's never going to run out. So it's very difficult then, impossible to create pension-like income from a traditional portfolio. You've not been able to do it, your broker's not been able to do it, and you think it's potentially impossible. Well, it's not. When we opened your eyes to what's happened in the market, if you look at the 4,913 days of nothing, where the S&P 500 index earned 0% for 13 and a half years, if you look at the 96.2% loss of interest from a CD because CD interest rates dropped from 5.427 in 1999 to 0.2057 in 2013, and you look at the total loss of growth and interest in what's called the perfect storm, which combines the stock market from 1999 to 2013 with the CD market from 1999 to 2013, it's very difficult, almost impossible. So what we want you to do then is look at what if you could create your own pension-like income. And we got to look at then what retirees really don't really feel comfortable right now. And they didn't take out any substantial amounts of income because they were afraid of losing money. They were afraid their income wouldn't last. And what they did was they gave up income they could have taken. Can you imagine now the thought? I've given up income you could have taken. What if you did this for 5 or 10 or 15 years? That's a lot of income you gave up. They did without the trip to Italy, France, Greece, the cruise through the Panama Canal that they'd always dreamed about. They did without it. So now they gave up not only income, but they gave up memories. They did without that new Cadillac that they always planned to buy or that new Buick. They had to give it up because they didn't have the income to buy it. They couldn't help their families or their church as much as they wanted to. Can you imagine not being able to help your son or your daughter when they're in a time of need? Or give you church money when they have a new building drive? And they worried and they worried and they worried. During this time period, there was so much worry, it caused a lot of people undue stress. We heard a lot of stories from retirees and soon-to-be retirees where they weren't sleeping at night or they were having health issues, all pointing right at their finances. Their finances were making them worry too much. We also saw in a lot of cases they needed income just to survive, just to live, and they were forced to take out distributions from their accounts they knew would hurt them over the long haul because their accounts had decreased in value or hadn't grown enough, and they were forced to take income that decreased their asset values because their assets weren't planned properly. So what if you could set up your own pension-like income, your own private pension? What if you could do that? Where your monthly private pension income was paid you for as long as you lived, it was guaranteed lifetime income, it was guaranteed to always stay constant, it would never decrease and might even increase in the future. The exact amount of your private pension was paid to you and your spouse if passed away if you had a joint type of plan. It was contractually guaranteed. Your monthly private pension income for your spouse might also even increase in the future. And your monthly private pension, your pension-like income, was specifically based contractually on the amount of money you contributed, your age, and if a joint private type of pension-like income, your spouse's age, when you started to take that income, and other plan-specific items such as deposit bonuses, income riders, all the things that might provide you some benefits. Your monthly private pension, pension-like income, it wasn't affected by stock market volatility, interest rate volatility, real estate market volatility, commodities market volatility, precious metals, or natural resource market volatility. And the opportunity to leave all remaining funds in your account to your named beneficiaries. Would that put you in a more financially secure position than you are right now? You probably have to answer yes. You just didn't know you could do all these things. And you can. And when you look at this chapter, you can read the section that has the new money tree, and this new money tree has annuity income as the title. And it states, an annuity is the only financial instrument that provides you and your spouse lifetime guaranteed income, protection from market volatility, and opportunity to participate in a portion of market gains, potential for future income increases, and the opportunity to pass any funds remaining in your account at death to your named beneficiaries. Let's say that again. An annuity is the only financial instrument anywhere that provides you and your spouse lifetime guaranteed income, protection from market volatility, an opportunity to participate in a portion of market gains, potential for future income increases, and the opportunity to pass any funds remaining in your account at death to your named beneficiaries. That's what you get when you set up the proper type of annuity, not the incorrect type of annuity, and there's all kinds out there. You have to set up a fixed index annuity that has an income rider that provides you these benefits. It's the only financial instrument that can do that. Let's look at a couple examples just to help you see how this works. Let's look at Bob and Sue. They're married, both age 65. They have $500,000 of Bob's IRA to obtain pension-like income. So a joint life hypothetical pension-like income could provide the following: $25,000 of income to Bob immediately, guaranteed for as long as he lives, and then $25,000 paid to Sue if Bob passes away for as long as she lives. The principal is guaranteed not to be affected by stock market volatility or losses or investment risks, and it guarantees that any funds remaining in their account after they both pass away will be passed on to their beneficiaries. Isn't that what we all want as retirees? It fits perfectly. Let's look at Betty. She's age 70. She's a widow. She has $2 million in a brokerage account, has a lot of risk. It's not made much money over the last 15 years, even though she's went through a lot of volatility. She uses $1 million of her brokerage account to obtain pension-like income. So a single life hypothetical private pension plan and pension-like income could provide the following: $55,000 of income to Betty, guaranteed for as long as she lives. Principal guaranteed not to be affected by investment risk or stock market volatility. Potential for income to increase in the future. Guarantees that after she passes away, all funds remaining in her account pass on to her beneficiaries. Let's look at our last example, Dave and Jan. They're age 62. They have $250,000 in a CD, earning 0.25%, paying them $625 of interest per year. They have $20,000 of annual income that will stop in 10 years that needs to be replaced. They'll use the $250,000 of bank money to obtain pension-like income in the future. A joint life hypothetical private pension-like income could provide the following. Let's assume income is deferred for 10 years. They'll receive $22,500 annual per year guaranteed from the 11th year on for as long as they both live. Principal is guaranteed not to be subject to stock market volatility, and it's guaranteed that after they both pass away, any funds remaining in their account at death will be passed on to their beneficiaries. So if you can imagine being able to do something like this, not that your plan will work just like this, but if you can imagine receiving some of these benefits, wouldn't that put you in a more financially secure position by establishing as much pension-like income as possible? Meaning, income that will start immediately or be deferred to the future, but the income will never decrease. It can potentially increase. You will never be subjected to stock market volatility or investment risk and losses, and any money left in your account when you pass away is passed on to your beneficiary. Those are the true benefits of establishing this type of income. And it's important to understand what we talked about before. An annuity is that only financial instrument that can provide those benefits. It's the only instrument that can provide you and your spouse lifetime guaranteed income, protection from investment risk, from market volatility, an opportunity to participate in a portion of market gains, potential for future income increases, and the ability, the opportunity to pass any remaining assets in the account when you pass away directly on to your beneficiaries. So we love the opportunity to educate you on this subject. We hope you enjoyed it also.